and welcome everybody to another fantastic Fabio and Funk here to do a review of the 2024 Formula One World Championship from, of course, Geina.
China. You take China. China. I love them. China.
So that's where we're coming from. I'm looking at Fabio. That just went. Did you hear the audio?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, that's all right. Then that's good. Hello everybody. Jefferson, hello.
Jefferson.
Geina, what the fuck? Yep. Just let me go back up. Hello Andy, thank you so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. Please remember to like and subscribe, everybody, of course. And nice, Tross.
Nice.
Thank you so much, mates. Thank you so much, and of course Jefferson, like I said, welcome Jefferson, and Robert. Oh, and Robert. Hello. I haven't seen you for a little while. Thank you for coming by. Okay, so here we are. 2024 Formula One World Cup. Did you get the joke now? Yeah, you got the joke.
Yeah.
Yes, that it didn't impress you, that joke, obviously. Okay.
No, I just
China.
Yeah.
That's what that is. It's not Gina. It's not Gianna. It's China. Tenuous. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Tenuous it is. Anyway, look, we're going to get on with the show. Welcome Fabio. I'm going to just change you and put you in your normal position, so it's Fabio and Funk.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm also joined by our other expert, who isn't an expert in being an expert. It's an expert, not the expert. Not the expert.
Yes, I'm definitely not the expert.
You're an expert at being not the expert.
That's
so.
Correct, yeah.
Here we go. I'm gonna jump on anyway. Let's see what happens, because I haven't really. This might be a little chaotic tonight. I don't know. Qualifying. It was sprint weekend. It's a fucking sprint weekend, guys. Did anybody notice? I forgot completely. Oh my god, it was boring as shit. Anyway, I can't. Well, okay, I might be wrong. I can't remember what happened in the sprint weekend. Do anybody want to recount what happened in the sprint?
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
Well, Verstappen won, surprisingly, from fourth position.
That's why I've forgotten. Okay.
Hamilton got his first podium of the year. Is that right? First trip to the podium?
Yeah, for a couple of years, probably.
Well, anyway, he saw the podium again. But I think the exciting thing we need to talk about in the sprint race would be Fernando Alonso and Carlos Sainz.
Yep.
Their slight altercation.
Okay, carry on. You're doing this bit of the show now.
Oh, all right, okay. Fernando's lunge. He made a lunge on Carlos Sainz and got 3 penalty points in his license and a 10-second penalty to his race, despite the fact that he didn't finish the race, which seemed a bit excessive. Let's be honest. 3 points on your super license. But with the contrast with that, with the penalty that his teammate got in the race, which was only 2 points for basically wiping out poor old Danny Ricciardo, it seems a bit weird. But perhaps we can go into that later.
Yep. Well, we're also going to go into the fact Ricciardo also got a penalty, which is to be served at the next race, for overtaking under the under the safety car.
Yeah.
Well,
which is unfortunate.
Another person who got that penalty, but it fortunately stayed in this race.
Yes, exactly. We'll get to it anyway. Carry on.
Indeed.
So that was the thing. It was a win by Max Verstappen in the sprint race. Surprise, surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about anybody else, but I am surprised. Not that I know what that means, but okay. So on to the main race. We had a main race, so we had qualifying. The qualifyings were quite interesting, I thought. Don't know about you. But
I haven't seen them. I
they had
haven't
some
seen the
moments.
qualifying. I
Yeah,
missed the
especially the
qualifying.
sprint qualifying was very good. Go ahead.
It was definitely interesting, and the fact that they didn't seem to know what they were doing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Always interesting when they don't know what they're doing. Okay, so the qualifying ended up with Max Verstappen in first place. Surprise, surprise. Quelle surprise for those of you that are in a different part of the world. And then Perez in second place. Well done, Perez. Finally got it together. All at the last moment as well. Then it was, I remember actually, Alonso, and then Norris. Then Piastri and Leclerc, and then Perez. Who knows? The shit drivers. Anyway, off the line they went. Happened first.
Adjust your mic, Simons.
Oh, thank you.
Have a wee bit there,
Testing, testing.
It's not that good, but carry on.
yeah. Correctly.
1 2 1 2.
Yes.
Oh, that's better.
Okay, there we go. Simple as that. It's getting old. I need a new one. So Max Verstappen into the first corner. A fantastic move around the outside by Alonso from third place, overtaking Perez. He almost managed to get into the lead, but Max was very forceful in cutting him off. Then he, as I say, then he managed to keep his place behind Perez. Norris getting away to a good fourth place. Piastri behind him. The Mercedes dropping. The Mercedes of Russell up into then the sixth place, and the two Ferraris behind that. Ferrari's got away to a pretty poor start, Haas being able to come past them both. But nonetheless, it wasn't to remain that way for very long. Leclerc kind of felt a bit funny by that. Once he warmed his tyres up, he was down the next and the long straight and back of Beijing's block on the Shanghai circuit. He was well past. Carlos Sainz tried to follow through. Unfortunately, Magnussen, was it Magnussen or Hulkenberg, was a little quick, defended very well. Hulkenberg, of course, a very good driver, renowned for his defence skills. However, down the end of the first straight, Sainz ran the outside the same way Alonso did to get into second place. It wasn't long before Perez warmed up his tyres, went down the insides as an easy lunge to overtake Alonso and take himself into second place. Well done, Perez. Then it was Norris's turn with the super high speed that Mercedes McLaren had, with the Mercedes in the back, and he was past. Alonso not really putting up too much of a battle against those two. Then it was Leclerc to go down the outside of Russell into turn one. A very good overtake. Again, Leclerc drove fantastically well this race. He's really coming back on song. He seems to, whatever the changes they've made to that Ferrari, they seem to have suited him. Sainz following. Oh, then Leclerc going down the inside of Norris at the end of the long straight. Again, a fantastic overtake. He was on the dirty stuff, but a very forceful bit of driving. Obviously, very confident in his car's handling. And the advert is playing, so just going to let that go through. And just to say, level up your gaming space, everybody. Put some fucking metal shit on the wall. That's disc plates. And also, make sure your balls feel great. Great feeling balls comes to you from Manscaped. Okay. That's the advertising we've got.
Jesus.
God, I can't. Cristo, Dio Cristo.
Bob says, good evening, family. Simon,
To get 10% off if you use the code Fabio and Fun.
Fuck me.
no, you get a half a ball shave free.
Yeah.
Good evening. Good evening.
Oh, God.
Someone say something while I just get my composure back. Okay. Then lap 14 comes around. And Alonso is
I mean, you got to get to the 58 lap. Okay, it's lap 14. Come on.
okay, lap 14. Basically, both Red Bulls into the pits. A fantastic 2.1 second stop for Verstappen, and an amazing double pit with a 2-second stop for Perez. Fantastic pit work once again by the leaders in the pit stops, which are of course Red Bull, who have just had 6 pit stops over this next period, all of them averaging out to 2 seconds per stop. Just superb, brilliant teamwork. This let Norris and Leclerc through to be first place, with Piastri in third. Then a few laps later, lap 21, Valtteri Bottas was out with a problem, and unfortunately his gearbox stuck, and they could not move the car. This meant eventually putting out a virtual safety car, which forced everybody into the pits. We thought we were going to get some good strats. Unfortunately, they then put out the safety car, and that led everybody to come into the pits, so there was no strategy gain by anybody. A bit disappointing. Alonso looked like he might have taken advantage there, but nonetheless, he didn't. So, yeah, by the time the lap 26, the safety car came in. Everybody started early down, following the leader, accelerate away from the end of the back straight. Unfortunately, Lance Stroll didn't read the memo that went out by the FIA. Remember road safety, be smart, restart. That was the message that went out. Unfortunately, somebody wasn't smart, according to Ricciardo. Somebody was an idiot and drove in the back of Ricciardo. This was Lance Stroll. Harsh, but nonetheless, we are going to talk about that. Go ahead, Fabio.
So actually, that's the other way around. It was Stroll which said that idiot
Yes,
braked suddenly. Yeah. So yeah.
No, you're right. But I think he said, what did Ricciardo say about Stroll then?
Well, Ricciardo said that. I mean, he was going to let it pass. Then he knew that he said that he was the idiot. Say, yeah, of course, I'm the idiot. You know? But
I think his reply to Stroll was "fuck off."
Yeah, he said, I don't want to talk about that, but fuck that guy. But basically, that is what he said. Yeah.
That's what it was. Yes.
Yeah.
So remembering road safety, be smart. Don't be an idiot like Ricciardo.
Jesus.
Okay. Still, there we go. That was just my take on it. Okay, so no, it wasn't really, but nonetheless, Stroll actually did a good job later, as we'll get to.
A good job of what?
Well, they had a little roll with Magnussen, which was quite good. So yeah, Stroll into the back of Ricciardo, put Ricciardo out. Not before he wasn't to take a penalty, trying to overtake Hulkenberg. But nonetheless, there we go. Let me just switch this on because that'll help.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, so there we are. After the replay, also Yuki Tsunoda on the same lap was taken out by Magnussen, rather cruelly as well. Dreadful mistake. Then Alonso, having put soft tyres on, a dodgy strategy at best, was to prove that way. Started overtaking everybody and their wife. Then raced lap 34. Stroll and Magnussen had a little thing round about half, probably about a quarter to a third of the lap. They were side by side through each corner. Fantastic little bit of racing between the two of them. Both of them really committed. Really good to see. And they didn't hit each other. So that's amazing when you consider it's Stroll and Magnussen. But nonetheless, that was good to get away. Obviously, the Aston Martin, a superior car to the Haas was out there by some way. Right, lap 30 died. Perez started to get a wiggle on and to try and come through the pack. He did so, overtaking Leclerc, leaving the older. There was nothing really else happened, I don't think, in that. Alonso's tyres fell off. That was about it. And a few other little controversial points made, but we'll get to those. And at the end of the race, basically, it was a fantastic podium for Norris. Verstappen, of course, first place. Norris in second place. Perez third place. Fantastic fourth place by the end for Leclerc. Sainz coming in behind him some 6 seconds or so. Russell behind that. Alonso behind that. A great drive by Alonso. I'm lucky to really drop that many positions. He just messed up that strategy call. Otherwise, he would have been much higher up. Piastri behind that. Hamilton in 9th place, considering where he started, 18th. Actually did very, very well. Hulkenberg, 10th place. And then I won't go through the rest of them because that would just be too much. And that was the 2024 Geina Grand Prix. Over to you, Fabio, when I take a break.
So yeah, I mean, it was interesting. Not the best Grand Prix, not the best weekend, but yeah, again, I mean, the sprint race was interesting, mostly because there were some sparks between Leclerc and Sainz. Sainz tried to overtake Leclerc, really, I mean, quite hard, and Leclerc complained at the end of the race, said, we got to talk because this guy is fighting me more than he's fighting the others, which I think that is the main reason why during the proper race, I mean, on Sunday, both Ferrari, they lost 2 positions because Leclerc was paying way more attention not to be overtaken by Sainz rather than defending his position. He just, slide down slightly. I mean, everything's fine, nothing, terrible, but it, just made it with a lot of skill, Sainz outside, and here inside comes, Russell and I think Hulkenberg or somebody else, I don't know. Other than that, some other things, the Stroll Ricciardo thing was amazing. It was amazing, the reaction of Stroll that thought he was right, and Ricciardo was and rightly so pissed and said, listen, in a restart, the only thing you got to watch is the car in front of you, right? I mean, that's literally the only thing you have to do. And when you watch the camera, you can see that Stroll is already looking inside the corner, because I mean, when you restart, usually they restart at, in China they restart at turn 14 or 15, but that's not a given. No, it's not written anywhere, so you got to be careful whatever the fuck you got in front of you. And Stroll was already looking, in the inside of the corner, and he didn't realize that everybody was piling up on the hook-shaped corner, and he just didn't see it and just run into it. And Richard said, "Yeah, I mean, everybody was slowed down, but he was the only idiot which went into somebody else's car. So I didn't know what the fuck to do." So yeah, that was something. And the other thing which was amazing, I never seen in my life, and I think I never see ever, was Zhu, the Chinese driver from Sauber. That I think he managed to get like 13. They had him stopped on the straight. They just put a special place for him, even if it was 13. He just got out of the car, and there were 50,000 Chinese, rooting for the guy. Which, I mean, I understand. It's not every day that you see a Chinese F1 driver. I get it. But in my life, I'd never see, so many celebrations for a driver which managed to finish 13, or
14th.
Okay, yeah, my bad, 14th, yeah. So yeah, that
Yeah,
was
it's not that good. Come on.
Yeah.
To remember as well that the
I mean-
Chinese have been waiting 5 years for this Grand Prix. So
No.
Yeah,
But
it's
listen, I get everything which was around, and I understand why they did that. It's a big market and everything. So I get all of that. But if you think about it, it's, I would say, bizarre. And I'm being gentle. What the fuck? Literally, there were Verstappen, Norris, and Perez in front, with the car stopped, and a little bit behind, here comes the Sauber they made a sign with his face, and he goes out, and I understand the guy went out, he started to cry because I think it's really emotional. But I was looking at that and said, really, what the fuck? So yeah,
I
it was
just,
that.
I just want to say one thing quickly. Let me get in there. I just want to say one thing quickly, which is to thank all our Chinese viewers over on Kick. By the way,
Yeah.
guys, we are on Kick now, and thank you so much, Zhong Zhaozhu, for the fantastic, amazing 14th place. Probably the best drive. You should have been driver of the day, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Thank you to all the Chinese viewers over on Kick. So go ahead,
Indeed.
please,
Yeah.
Lucky.
what I was going to mention was, if you remember when Mark Webber drove for Minardi many years ago, that in Australia he got a fairly good position at the finish, and they actually let him up onto the podium with the first three drivers, and they went wild. So these things happen sometimes.
Thank God not so often,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Anyway, that was it. That was most of
Could
it.
have been worse. Mark Webber could have won a world championship.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, it's lucky we haven't
Hello
got
to
any
all-
viewers.
hello to all our
That's
Australian
really-
viewers
That's
on
the only
Kick.
thing. Okay. Anyway, there you go.
Okay.
So Ricciardo passed Hulkenberg under the safety car. Managed to get himself three-place penalty at the next Grand Prix,
Yeah.
and 2 points on his license. I think it was 2.
Yeah, I think,
3
so.
points. I think it's 3 points on his
3
license.
points. Jesus
And 3
Christ.
grid spots at the Miami Grand Prix. Lance Stroll, who caused an accident, got however many seconds, 10-second penalty, and 2 points on his license.
Yeah. Stroll, I think, has got 7 points in. I don't know if it's from the beginning of the championship or in the last 2 races or stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, they're giving them away now. They can't. These are cheap, basically.
Well, listen. You drive into somebody else's car during a restart as a safety car.
Yeah.
And they give you 2 points. I think that's. He's been lucky, right?
Fair.
So
It's fair.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry.
We say fair, but let me just say this. My crack says otherwise. My crack says Stroll is being victimized by the FIA
Yeah.
because he's super, super rich and his dad owns a Formula One team. That's what
Yeah.
my crack says.
Right. Talking about that, 2 other things I want to mention really quickly. The race director, I don't know who it was in China, but it was really incompetent. In the when Bottas' car just went down, everybody and his brother knew that there had to be a safety car. It was in such a position that it was super dangerous. They waved yellow flags in that sector, and then they had a full course yellow, and that there was the image of Bottas sitting, basically in the away line from the corner, with everybody going by, and then they put the safety car. But it was very late, so I think that was really incompetent. And about the Aston, there might be something really, really interesting going on. Apparently, somebody from Honda, which they're going to provide the engines to Aston in 2026, they said that they want to win the championship. I think that they refer to the manufacturer championship. And in order to do that, they will need, basically, the gist of it was that it said that they will need 2 good drivers. Now, Alonso's already signed. So
Right.
Stroll is in a really peculiar situation. He's the son of the owner of the team, but is being basically bombed by the guys which are gonna give the engine to the car. So yeah, that might be super interesting.
Well, also to say that Lawrence, who's Lance's father, has said that as long as he's in charge, Lance has got a driving job.
Yeah, so it's either that Lawrence Stroll won't be in charge in 2026, or the Aston Martin will be powered by hamsters, because that seems to be the thing.
Fair enough. Let's just address this. Bob says Verstappen overtook Norris in lap 19. 1 minute 40 seconds later, he had a 2.6 second gap on Norris.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Lucky, what would you say about that? Verstappen's performance in general, but also his outrageous pace.
Indeed, I mean the facts speak for themselves. Basically, by the halfway through the first lap of the sprint race, he was like 2 seconds ahead of everybody. So I mean, this is just not surprising, is it? It's Verstappen versus the rest, and he seems to be the one on top.
Yeah,
it's not just a Verstappen thing. The China circuit is really suitable for Red Bull, and the reason being that Perez managed to get third or second, whatever the fuck, second, yeah. So it's not. I mean, of course, Verstappen is it's in a different class from, at least from Perez, but the fact that Perez was so close shows that circuit, the layout was really favorable to the Red Bull per se. So yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry, I just thought something for later. Yes, indeed. Also, Ferrari said a couple of races ago, didn't they? Or last race, I think it was actually. They said they have hopefully, up to a 0.3 of a second upgrade coming to Miami. No, in fact, it was China they brought it to, didn't they?
No. They have so the program in Ferrari is that they're gonna bring something in Miami.
Yes,
some
Miami.
upgrades in Miami, which is the next Grand Prix.
Which could be worth as much as 0.3. They were saying.
I don't know, but so the.
I do.
Okay, so according to
That's what they said. Yeah.
They're gonna bring something in Miami, and then they're gonna bring the total upgrade for the next Grand Prix in Imola. So.
Okay.
So yeah. So I don't know if
that might be 0.3.
I don't know if the 0.3 of a second they refer to the things they're gonna bring in Miami, or the total package which will show up in Imola. Okay. One of the things they're rumored to bring is they're gonna bring upside down pods. So the tray is not. So the pods have got the intakes, and they've got a tray beneath that. So the upside down pods, basically the tray is over the intakes of the side pods. So shaped something like that. I mean, it's not only that, but that would be if that's the case, that would be the more visually important thing.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. So my point
I don't know why they're bringing things to Miami. I mean, there's plenty of things in Miami that are good for 3 seconds, 0.3 of a second a lap anyway.
At least. So, yeah. What do you think this is? James Hunt driving? No. Look, so they say 3 seconds. But, of course, as we know, and as Bub is really pointing out here, 1 minute 40 seconds to get 2.6 seconds is more than 3/10 a lap. is it not? So, unfortunately, this is bad news. If they, I mean, hopefully they'll bring 2 lots. Maybe it's worth 0.6 of a second, but they think it's going to be 3/10. And if that's the case, then that means that the championship is over. So.
Yeah, I mean the
you know.
championship is probably over.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure about the manufacturers championship. The thing is that again, I want to stress out of the particular layout of the circuit. And by the way, China is a Tilke circuit, so it's
sorry.
China. You take China.
China.
Yeah. So it is shit by definition. Okay, that is just a given. Another fact why it was really suitable for Red Bull, you could see in the sprint race, the times that Verstappen was making were amazing and amazing. They were amazingly consistent. I think he ran 149, 141.1. I mean, they were all like in 2 or 3/10 of a second difference. So when you have something like that, I think it shows that the car really fits the circuit.
Yeah, another circuit. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything you wanted to say on that point, Lucky?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
then Bob says the rain quali for the sprint was good fun to watch.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't see them.
Unpredictable.
I mean, I saw a little bit of the quali, not the all of it, but I knew that it rained. So
yeah. And it was really good. I mean, Hamilton really dug out a very good lap. Showed of the class that he can be, and unfortunately hasn't been given the chance to do this year. And got a second place on the grid, which was nothing less than shocking, I feel. But it was a lot to do with timing as well.
There was a strange.
Yeah, it was.
Thing going on with Norris.
It rained and then it kind of dried out again a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
Towards the end.
Norris set a time that put him miles ahead of everybody.
Yes.
Then had that time deleted.
Yes. True.
But then had that time reinstated.
Reinstalled, of course he did. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, so Norris was 1.7 seconds faster than anybody else.
I think it was a country mile ahead of everybody. Yeah.
Drove off the track in the corner before before just setting that lap, which technically should mean that you get the next lap deleted. But because it was into a gravel bed anyway, they reinstated the lap, saying, well, he didn't gain an advantage. And again, fair play to Toto, who was asked about it before, straight after the stewards had made the decision, and just said, yeah, sounds fair. I haven't seen it, but that's a gravel trap. If he went off in that, then that's not going to give him an advantage. So, and fair play, good sportsmanship again from Toto in this year of heated debate between him and the Christian Horner, for which I don't have the picture.
Oh, you should have the picture I sent you.
I'm going to get it. Don't you worry about that.
Have you heard the last thing that Horner said about Wolf?
Yes, I have. That's why I was kind of bringing it up.
Okay.
Go ahead. You talk about it.
Well, I don't know if it's the same, but basically Horner said because there are rumors that Toto Wolff is trying to get Verstappen to Mercedes, and basically Horner said, well, Mercedes, they got a shitty car. He should be worried more about the car rather than the driver, something like that. Which again, it's a fair point. So yeah.
So the Chinese were very careful, about Red Bull. They didn't want to offend Red Bull in any way. So Christian Horner got his own dick supervisor.
Yeah.
That's the Chinese for Horner's dick supervisor. You can see written on the back of that young lady's shirt. The only thing I worry about is supervising Horner's dick. Who's was the one that was supervising Yoss's Dick. That's what I was worried about. But of course, Jos is not attending anymore, is he? Weird how that happens.
Yeah.
Weird how that happens. Anyway, it was good fun to watch. Yeah, so Horner was a bit pissed at what Toto said. Toto said, we will offer Verstappen absolutely anything for him to race with us, whatever he wants. And then, did you explain this already?
Yeah. I said that owner replied that, they got a shitty car. They should be worried more about the car rather than the person driving it. Something on that line.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit pissed as well.
Yeah.
Horner keeps saying this stuff about it. Not to mention that Helmet turned around and said, Audi have made a ridiculous offer to Carlos Sainz, but we would like him. So he's playing the same game with the Ferrari team or with Sainz. And at the same time, Sainz has been allegedly offered to drive, but his team haven't turned it down yet because of some of the things Horner said about Perez, which is they won't make a decision until later in the year. So Sainz hasn't turned it down yet, and apparently his team are trying to get them to offer a few more million onto his contract, and then he would take it. So that looks like it could be a deal coming up soon as well, depending on the politics at Red Bull, which of course we don't know.
Nice. So you're telling me that there are chances that Perez might torpedo Verstappen in some race?
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, someone made a joke, didn't they? When they were on the podium, and when Lance Stroll went into the back of Ricardo, one of them asked, "Oh, who was that?" And quick as light, Norris said, "Oh, it was Kvyat."
Well, I mean, you never know. I mean, you guys remember what Raikkonen did to Vettel when they fired him before Monza, right? So you never know.
Absolutely. You never know. I'm hoping for rain this year. I think you echo what is probably the only chance we're ever going to have to get a semi-decent race. And not even if it's rain this year, it's going to have to be rain halfway through a session of some sort, I think, to make it that interesting.
The only reason I'm not vouching for that, because I do, right? But the only reason is because I'm not voicing, my agreement, is because Bernie Eccleston already proposed that. So
of course.
I don't want to be associated with that man in any way, shape, or form. But
yeah, absolutely. I think it was one of his better ideas myself.
Yeah, right.
I mean, only because it was totally impractical.
Yeah. Well, actually, he proposed to put water in certain areas of the circuit, totally by surprise. So,
yeah. That's the only way it would work for me as well.
Right. I mean, it might as well call for a squad of snipers, I'll be the same, but yeah.
Absolutely. Anyway, there you go. So thank you for those questions, Bob. Okay. Basically, as usual, Red Bull are leading by a country mile, everything. Verstappen dominating the World Championship and Red Bull dominating the constructors, so nothing new there, of course. The next race is Miami. I think it's only a week away.
No, it's the 5th of May.
Oh, right, because last time we got it wrong for this one, didn't we? We said 1 week and it was 2. Yeah.
No, we actually said 2 weeks.
Did we?
Were so I remember saying, "Oh, we are so happy." I mean, we don't do it every week because I was getting really hard. Yeah, it's the 5th of May,
right,
Miami,
weeks,
and then after 2 weeks, again the 19th, it'll be Imola.
Oh, fantastic! Okay, well, we can't wait to get back to Europe if Imola's the first race. So that should be that's always a good race.
And there is that trend now. So China was shit. Miami, probably will be good. Imola will be good, and then there is Monaco, another shit. But then there is Monza, another good one, and then there is Holland, another shitty one. So there is this roller coaster,
Okay, and we don't mean that, Bub. Right? The show does not mean Zandvoort is a shit racing circuit. We don't mean
Well,
that, do we,
okay,
Fabio?
okay. You're right. Let me put it this way:
Okay.
Zandvoort is between Monza and Spa. Okay, so
It's never going to look good, is what you're saying there.
I mean,
And I
yeah.
would rate it somewhere between Monza and Monaco. Somewhere between there. But anyway, that's my personal rating. There we go. Anything you wanted to add in at all, Lucky, about the race or being in? Hang on a second.
The rain, we can guarantee Spa or Silverstone will provide us some rain. I think between them, one of them will produce. I'm sure.
Yeah.
What do we want to talk? We want to talk about Lesage this week. Are we talking about our man Lesage?
Holy
Oh, of
shit.
course, we haven't
We haven't done
talked
the
about him this
reportage.
week. Yeah. Le
Right.
reportage de la Lucas Jean Olivier racist.
Monsieur Sargent this weekend. It was another brilliant weekend for Mr. Sargent. Qualified for both races. Dead last.
Mais oui.
Oh, terrible, terrible. He finished, just to be consistent, he finished the last running car in both races as well, 18th and 17th, respectively. However, we're going to have to talk about Lesage's penalty.
Oh yes, we must talk about
We
that.
have to talk about his penalty because
They were
he
giving penalties
also-
away like they wouldn't.
he also overtook under the safety car.
Yeah.
However, it was a bit of a strange one because he overtook Hulkenberg, who was coming out the pits. Now, Lesage was flat out down the pit straight, obviously, and was kind of unexcited. And not a deliberate action overtook Hulkenberg.
It was
And-
totally deliberate. I mean,
Yeah.
Sergeant saw the chance to actually overtake somebody in the race to say, fuck it, I don't care. I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, and fuck it. Yeah, it was totally deliberate.
Anyway, Lesage was treated very lightly with his penalty, in only getting a 10 seconds for that race, which
Indeed.
compared with the other overtaking under safety car penalty seems to be very, very light. So I don't know if
they're not exactly equivalent, are they?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Whether the FIA did see sense.
Logan's one was because he overtook at the white line when after the white line.
Yeah.
Right, when Hulkenberg had already overtaken, but there was no danger in him overtaking because he had the inside line all the way.
Sure.
So it was just a matter of a few feet off, really.
Yeah, it was a close call. It was definitely a close call.
Yeah. So there you go.
Anyway, another consistently.
Let me just say thank you so much, Andy. Really good to have you here. Thanks for sharing as well. And we'll see you soon. Take care, buddy.
Ciao, Andy.
So where were we? Consistently bad weekend as usual for Logan. He's not really doing so well, is he, this year? It's a shame we can't get an American driver that can drive a Formula One car. It just doesn't seem to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't seem to be anyone there that can do it. But
you said this year, right? I heard you right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I said it again this year.
Oh, okay.
There is an American driver in F2, isn't there? Jake, someone is his name? I can't remember his name. So there is an American driver, but he has been in Europe for most of his life, and he's been racing in Europe since he was a teenager. So there is that as well. So there might be an American driver on the horizon, basically. Anyway, there you go.
It's just a shame that we have to go back to Phil Hill to get an actual American that did anything in Formula One.
Right.
Anyway,
Well, I mean,
move-
other than Michael Andretti. I mean, Mario Andretti, I should say.
Mario.
well, okay, but Fabio will drop the bombshell. Drop the bombshell, Fabio. Tell them.
Tell me,
Tell him.
he's not American.
No, it's Italian, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
He's an-
kind of.
Yeah, he
What do you
was.
mean,
I think
kind
he was 5 when he moved to America. But
Yeah.
he's done.
Well, I mean, I suppose they're all Italian, aren't they? Michael is Italian, so yeah, fair enough.
Well, no, I mean, Michael is American. He was born in the US, but Mario wasn't. I mean, he was actually
No, that's
born
true.
in Italy.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's born in
Oh,
Italy.
I didn't know that. I did
Yeah,
not
yeah.
know that.
He was
That's the
born.
bombshell, you see.
Yeah,
He
he's
was
a
born
bombshell.
in close to Trieste, and he
Right.
was relocated with his family during the fascism. He spent a little bit of time in Lucca and then somewhere
Right.
else, and then they moved to the US. But
Okay, so they weren't Nazis. Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, history lesson for you listening to this show as well.
Bit of history for you. Anyway,
Poor Barnaby
So
was
listen,
countering
I think-
that with the end
I've
to
tickled
move out.
myself
But,
there. I've
yeah.
just tickled myself there. That's all. So
On
yeah,
the
let's
subject
talk about. Go ahead.
On the subject of penalties being
Yeah.
fair or unfair, 3 points to Alonso for his lunge, as I said, whereas Stroll only gets 2 points for completely wiping out
3 points.
Ricciardo. It just
Yeah.
it doesn't seem to make sense, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
It does because it's by the letter of the law. That's how it's done.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think I might be wrong, but I think they take into the consideration the danger of the thing,
right.
and the one with Stroll, happened really low speed. I mean, it ruined Ricciardo's race, granted, but it wasn't as dangerous as on paper of what Alonso did. But yeah, again, it's
It seemed a bit harsh to me.
no, I'm with you. I mean, there are a bunch of pussies. I wouldn't even penalize Alonso for what he did in Australia, but apparently, it's all. F1 has become, like the Bolshoi ballet thing, where it's all dancers and.
I think that no matter what happened, I think Alonso probably proved himself once again to be the bravest driver out on the track. However, that's the strange penalty system of the FIA. It just doesn't seem to be very consistent.
Yeah,
at all, does it?
I think the FIA should take a penalty for that. Just don't know what it should be though.
Yeah.
That's the only problem. Okay, so Bub says I was in Assen when who's this?
Uncini,
this.
Franco Uncini.
Uccini.
Yeah.
Got hit in the head, nearly dying. I saw it live. I was around 13-year-old.
Yeah, it was a really bad accident.
Okay. I mean, Rossi used to love that track, though, didn't he?
Everybody loves that track.
Yeah.
It's
Most cyclists, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Bike
brilliant.
track, isn't it? Yeah.
It's really brilliant. I mean, they tried to ruin it. They didn't succeed, luckily enough, because they modified the circuit a little bit. It's still a brilliant race. And there was just a small caveat. There was the Superbike weekend also last weekend. And it was fucking amazing. And talking about rain and getting dry, that's exactly what happened both on Saturday and Sunday. It was amazing to watch. All the class, all the races were.
Who was the guy that won the first race?
I think Sabatini. Spinelli. Yeah. He was on a. First Superbike race on a not factory Ducati, and it was the replacement of Danilo Petrucci, which was the titular rider, the main rider, which got injured on a motocross accident trying. So they just called him and said, you're on, and he just won the race because they they placed a big gamble on tires because it was raining, not raining, rain, not raining. So he just got the right tires, and it was a big gamble. And it was also lucky because at the end they just put a red flag, and when everybody was catching up on him when the track was getting dry. But good job to him. It was a fantastic story. Yeah,
I liked it as well. A really good race.
Yeah.
Not that the others weren't as well. Race 2, the big race 2, was fantastic as well. I mean, Top Rack was just amazing in it, and so I think there was some incredible driving, racing going on as well. Only trying to come back through. Just ran out of tyres. Very, very good race. Anyway, there we go. I think we've... Ciao, Sandy. Hello, Sandy. I didn't see you there. Sorry. Thank you very much. Stakes through chat hitting my blankets is slowly limp. Oh, hope you feel better soon. And you get a special chow from... I don't know what that means. I think something to do with food, I think, Sandy.
Chow down.
Ciao, Sandy. So okay, so it's over. We are done, so we can finish the stream. Yeah, there you go.
So,
okay.
Shall I play my last?
Goodbye.
I've got
Goodbye.
No, I've got to play my little jingle. I've got to play my jingle.
Don't play your jingle yet because you've got a new jingle.
Oh, I've got a new jingle.
Yeah,
okay.
New jingle. The new jingle is going to be the random Formula One fun fact jingle.
Yeah.
So,
and welcome everybody. Here it comes, the new jingle.
Go for it.
Be prepared. The random fact from Formula One. Could be anything. Do we know? No, we don't. That's it. That's the jingle.
That was pretty fucking poor, I must admit.
Was it?
However,
okay. Beg your pardon.
Here's this
I should have
week's
done it in harmony.
Well, next time.
Can I just say to everybody who's watching, nice time for hard liquor. But yeah, carry on.
Okay.
What a
You said
terrible thing
to
to
make
say.
the quiz. I should do.
I would go with weed. Never mind any
Anyway.
of that.
No, we don't need AI to make the jingle, Babette. We don't need AI. We have natural imbeciles.
Talent.
So
We got natural talent over
we don't
here.
need artificial intelligence.
Look,
we have
I
got
used-
natural idiots.
I was
So,
a musician for
that's it.
30 years. All right, that's how I.
I
made my
know,
living.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So don't tell me this is badly written music. Anyway,
It is, but yeah.
yeah. Random fact by Formula One.
There you go.
There you go. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Random fun fact. Okay, this week's random fun fact, Formula One fun fact, in fact, is going to be, we all recall Stewart Grand Prix, founded by Paul and
It's a
Jackie
great,
Stewart.
great day for motor racing.
It's a great day. I'm dyslexic, Jackie Stewart. In 1996, Stewart Grand Prix was formed by Paul and Jackie Stewart, and they got their first podium at Monaco, believe it or not. Now, Stewart Grand Prix were then taken over by Jaguar in 1999, and Jaguar got their first podium place at, guess where?
Monaco.
Yeah! Okay. Then, Jaguar were taken over by the current leaders in Formula One, Red Bull, in 2004. Now, they got their first podium at, guess where?
Monaco. Sorry, I've been
Yay!
I'm reading the
There
chat.
you go. So there you are. Stewart, Jaguar, Red Bull in succession. First podiums at Monaco for each of them.
Monaco.
Okay, so
thank you.
that was the random Formula One fun fact for this week
Random Formula One fact this week.
of the week. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, now the quiz. It's time for some quizzing, gentlemen.
Myth or quiz? Quiz or myth? Is it a myth? Is it a quiz? It's both a myth and a quiz.
Hey,
Sorry, I sent you a song.
Fabio interruption time. Fabio interruption time.
No, I was thinking. I mean, if you're looking for a jingle, I sent you a song 2 or 3 days ago, Simons. You could play that.
Oh yeah, I know the one.
Yeah.
Still, I'm not going to play it.
Yeah.
Over to you. Myth or quiz? Quiz or myth? Get the fuck on with it. That's the new jingle.
Well, it's the quiz, I think, isn't it? Are we
Yeah,
quizzing?
it's a quiz.
Yes, quizzing.
Yeah, we're quizzing.
Okay, it's quiz. It's on to now round number 5 of the Formula One Trivia Intercontinental Championships. Scores are Fabio 1, Simons 2. Very simple question this week. Are we ready, gentlemen? First one to shout out gets the point.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I would like you to tell me who the first non-European team was to win a Grand Prix. That's a World Championship round Grand Prix that does not include that roundy track thing they have in America. We're talking proper Formula One tracks. So that's the first non-European team to win a World Championship.
I've got it. I think I've got it.
Well, shout out.
Oh, I think is it I'm not sorry the track now. I think it might have been
No,
Bruce
it's not the track. Well, you give me the
Please.
track, but it's a team I want.
Oh, Kyle Army.
No, it's a
Kalami's
Cal on
a
the
track.
track, not a team.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
sorry. What did you want?
The team. The name of the team.
McLaren.
I want somebody paying attention here.
Yes, McLaren.
I'll
Bruce
give you
McLaren.
a question again, okay? The question again is, which was the first non-European team to win a World Championship round?
Yeah, McLaren.
No, it was something.
Well,
before
they're European. It's non-European team.
Oh, I thought they were Australian.
No, they were British.
So I'm pretty sure the team was American, but it's fuck.
I couldn't possibly say.
I can't. It was like de la something.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
This might be a lot more obvious than you'd think.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Honda won a Grand Prix
Honda.
in Monza.
You got it. Well
in
done.
60 something.
It's
Yeah.
Honda,
Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico in 1965
Yeah. Okay. There you
Honda
go. Well
won.
done, Fabio.
was the first non-European team to win a World Championship round. So well done, Fabio. That puts the points at 2-2 after the 5th round. So there we go. Dead heat. All to play for.
It's very exciting. I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Thrilling.
pissing myself.
It's thrilling.
Honda. Who'd have thought it?
Actually,
Yeah.
by the way you're sitting there with your hand
Fabio.
down, it does look like you're missing stuff.
Yeah.
Like not
No.
pictures.
He's just about to do the next advert, aren't you, Fabio?
All right, okay. He's going for Manscaped again, is he?
It's NordVPN. Next time it is
Enjoy holding,
NordVPN.
enjoy holding your balls again with Manscaped. Okay, go ahead. Let's have the myth part anyway.
Okay, the myth part. We're going to talk about the 1982 US Grand Prix West. Yes, it was the US Grand Prix West from Long Beach in that place, California. That's in Mercaland. 1982 Long Beach Grand Prix.
Some say it's in America. Mainly
Some say.
people on the West Coast. So people on the East Coast say it's not part, or in Texas say it's not part of America.
Or
Some
Trump.
people say that it's not actually in North America at all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Indeed. Anyway, these people would be wrong, and it is indeed in the US. Anyway,
I remember
it
it.
was a Grand Prix, and it was in 1982. And I have a couple of interesting pictures to show that Simons is going to bring up.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
First of these pictures will be.
I'm sorry, there was a huge crash in Long Beach. I hope it's not something like that.
Yeah. No, I'm worried. I'm worried.
And somebody died in Long Beach too. So yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
not
Go
that
on.
year.
Where are you going to
Not
put
that
them?
year.
Where are you putting them?
Where am I putting them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit personal, isn't it?
Oh, I see. You already put them. Right. Yeah. Okay. Which one do you want? The one at first.
The
Yeah.
one with the two Ferraris for a start. Could we have that?
The two Ferraris.
Yeah, there's one with two Ferraris.
Oh yeah.
From the
Got
front,
it. Got
from
it.
the
Got
front.
it. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. Got it. Okay.
And then there's another one with a single Ferrari from the front. That's
Well,
the
hang on.
first
Hang on.
thing
Let's
you
see
want.
the two Ferraris. There you go. There's the two Ferraris.
There's the two Ferraris. 1 and 2. That would be Gilles Villeneuve and Didier Pironi, who were driving the Ferraris that weekend. And if you go to the next one, which is also a Ferrari from the front, you'll see, I think it was Villeneuve driving the Ferrari a bit closer. And while you're bringing that up, I will tell you the story of the 1982 US Grand Prix West from Long Beach. It was won by Mr. Niki Lauda, driving McLaren. He was winning the first race he had won since his 2-year sabbatical. Came back with McLaren, and that was his first race win. Now, where are we? We've got that. Oh, yeah, there's Mr. Villeneuve, number 27. Is that correct? He was 27.
Yeah.
In his fabulous red Ferrari there. Now, did you notice anything strange in those two pictures?
Yeah,
About those cars?
the rear wing is double.
I wasn't asking you. I was
Oh,
asking
okay.
the audience.
Okay, sorry about that.
We know what you know. Jeez.
Fuck! I mean, be fucking specific. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Of course
Okay.
you didn't notice it. Of course you didn't notice anything strange about those Ferraris. You didn't notice anything strange about those Ferraris because this was all a plan by Ferrari. They had a master plan. Now, as I said, Niki Lauda went on to win the race, and somebody was second, and somebody was third. The person who was second was Peggy Rosberg, and the person who was third was the aforementioned Gilles Villeneuve. However, after the race, the cars were in parc fermé, and there was a small boy who was looking at the cars, and that small boy turned to his dad and
Was
said,
it you?
"No, it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you. Okay.
No, it was my cousin." That's how I know about this.
Yes.
Because he told me the story firsthand. So anyway, this young boy, looked at the Ferraris, and he turned to his dad and said, "Dad, look at the wing. Look at the wing.
Just exactly like Fabio just did. Was it Fabio? Was Fabio that little boy?
So anyway, that young lad's father looked at the wings, and he saw what you see in the picture that Fabio has just put up. Ferrari were running two wings, and they thought they would get away with it without anybody noticing. And Sam was going to make up another picture, which is going to make this even more obvious.
I am going to do that.
Now, this was all the result of rules which were very, very open to interpretation. As you can see from that photograph there, if you look very closely, Ferrari ran two wings on the back of that car. The rules said how big a wing could be on the back of the car. However, the rules did not say how many wings you were allowed. So Ferrari interpreted this as being an invite to put more than one wing on the back, which, as you can see, they duly did and ran the race. Unfortunately, Didier Pironi spun out on lap 6, I think it was. And as I said, Gilles Villeneuve finished third, but was later disqualified because of the twin rear wings on the back.
Yeah, a very underhanded move by Ferrari, I feel.
Indeed.
So keep in mind that those were the times of, the 6-wheel car, the Fang car. So there was everything and his brother going on. So
it was a time when rules could be interpreted in several different ways. It was in the middle of the FISA-FOCA war, and everybody was trying to gain advantage. I mean, some of the tricks they used with suspension to pass the whatever it was 6 inches from the ground rule. They had suspension that went up and down when you wanted it, and it was a ridiculous time when people would try just about anything to get the advantage.
So
Especially
okay,
Ferrari, by the looks of it.
I wouldn't say it was ridiculous.
Cheating bastards, weren't they?
Well,
Yep, so,
not really. So the thing is that
Well, I'm not going to agree with it. Can we see the next picture?
I have to interrupt. Thank you, old nag. Thank you for coming by. Please like and subscribe and all of that. And yum yum. Thank you very much for dropping by. Go ahead. Sorry, next picture. Yep.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that the thing is that there was a shift in the paradigm of how rules were written. In those era, the rules they said, okay, you can't do this, you can't do this, and you can't do this. So everything else which wasn't written, it was presumed to be fair play. Now, I mean, this is where they started changing the rules by saying you have to do this, you have to do this, and you have to do this. So fixed dimensions. I mean, like the stuff we have now. So they define the dimensions and what you can do, not what you can't do. So that was the main difference of the time. And that's why people came up with 6 wheels, fan car, double chassis, whatever the fuck they could come up with. So
okay, enough of your excuses. This is also a picture of a Ferrari here, just to reinforce the fact that they're a bunch of cheating bastards. They even tried putting extra wheels on the back.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
We're not cheating bastards, but we've got 4 wheels across the back axle.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Simos will agree with me here.
Yeah. No. I can tell you why Simos. I tell you why Samos will not agree about that. Because if he agrees, I can find a picture of a Williams with 4 wheels on the back in a different arrangement, but with 4 wheels on the back. So Samos better not agree with that.
Well, no, technically, this car looks fairly legal to me.
See?
It's in the spirit of the rules, at least.
There you go.
It has nothing to do with the front wheel covers they had in Schumacher's time, or the fuel irregularities that they had for several years.
Yeah.
And that engine they had 1 year.
Or the double diffuser on the Braun GP.
Well, that's true. That was another. There's Braun. Now there's a name you conjure with, right? Because he also did several other things while he was at Ferrari. For instance, they hired Michael Schumacher. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, that was cheating. You're right. Yeah, I agree with that. That was cheating. I totally agree with you.
Anyway, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the quiz on myth or quiz. It was both.
There we go.
And thank you so much.
I rest my case, Your Honour. Cheating
Case
bastards.
rested, I feel. Although I feel we could have gone a lot more in depth to that. But anyway, I'm out of breath now, so never mind. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Thank you.
One small piece of Formula One news, if you're interested.
Oh yes, please. Yeah.
One small piece of Formula One news. New point scoring system for next year, possibly being proposed, giving points down to 12th place, from 25 down to 2 in ascending or descending.
Down to 1. Yeah, 25 to 1. Yeah.
Are they down to 1? I misread it. No, I thought it was down to 2.
Yeah.
However, that would give a couple of the lower placed cars more of a chance to have some points at the end of the year. So
yeah. And
So
you get points, and you get points, and you get points.
Everybody gets points.
Everybody
Turning up.
gets points. Yeah.
No, one of the things I thought was funny was somebody mentioned that the FIA, the entry fee you have to pay to get in to next year's championship, right, is done on the number of points that you get. So the more points you get, the more you pay to enter.
Yeah.
And of course, this just means that they're giving away an extra 5 points to teams, which is only going to get the FIA a bit of extra cash. And of course, already what happens is, although no points are given, right, there is a pecking order decided in the teams that don't get points by how high your cars finish. So they are already counted, even if points are not given. It is already a fact that the teams are distinguished between at lower levels. If you're on a matching points, then it goes down to the highest positions.
I just don't get that at all.
Well, that's because we've had ties in the past to win the championship, and it's been decided on how many. Well, especially back in the days when you used to drop points for races.
Yeah.
Then you quite often you get like 2 people with maximum points, and then they would go to the next best finishes. So that's why that rule's there. But anyway, there you go.
Does entry fee come out of your total budget?
Yeah.
Or is that a separate thing? It comes out of total budget.
It comes out of the budget, yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think it's that much. I mean, it's it's usually about $500,000 or something, isn't it? Something like that. So it can't be that much.
Seems strange to charge an entry fee to people who are getting money for every time they start the race.
Yes. Well, also they get paid, of course, by the FIA because they won. So there you go. Constructors get paid, don't they, by the FIA? So anyway, it's kind of weird. But this is how the FIA make their money. It's kind of weird. So 2 weeks' time, everybody, Miami will be there. And, Fabio, yeah.
Nope.
No, it's all right. I thought you were going to give us a little jingle for the out.
No.
Bub says, great show. Thanks, Manscaped.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Remember, level up your gaming space and put metal shit on the wall. Also, right, there we go. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you 2 weeks' time at the fantastic circuit of Miami. And, who knows how that one's going to go.
There'll be white noses all around.
Thank you very much. Anybody?
Cheers.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Catch you later, guys.
Cheers.